in the middle of nesting season. They're like Batman
Okay.
with prep time, except they've had 100 million years to.
What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another Gaming Glove 6 video. Where today we're going to be reacting to graphics. Why this is the scariest predator of all time. So this is a video that I wanted to react to for like, or not this video, but like this video uploaded like 2 days ago. And this is like a creator that I wanted to react to for like a long time. And I tried reacting to them, but I messed up my camera angle, and then the whole video was kind of boring and messed up. So hopefully this is definitely like more entertaining, but he does make some very much entertaining videos. On both YouTube and TikTok. Follow him, subscribe to him on YouTube and follow him on TikTok. Also, I may or may not have a TikTok where you can send me funny videos and maybe I'll react to them one day. But without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Before we start, please like and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, let's just get into this.
Some animals very clearly got the middle finger from evolution.
Yeah.
Though, this is the portrait of privilege.
Is that? Oh shoot!
There is no animal that's gotten more green lights from God than a bulletproof, sawtoothed, predatory sledgehammer
God
with
damn,
parkour prowess, and the ability to cryo-sleep like Captain America. Yeah, that menace is alive. Find out if you want to. Brumation's pretty much hibernation for reptiles. Basically a built-in power save mode for animals that already don't use much of it. But it means this is an apex predator that can survive a fate with Elsa. Because gators life can survive a winter in a frozen pond by turning their metabolism all the way down, where they'll just stick their snouts above water and leave the rest under the ice where it's actually warmer until fate decides to defrost them. Mind you, brumations not sleep, and gators will move around on days when it's warmer. But it also means this ill-mannered iceberg can probably sense you walking past it, thanks to another...
Okay, so all they gotta do is just leave their snouts, like, above the water while it freezes, and then, boom, they could just... Yeah, that's a cheat code. What the hell?
We'll get into later, because you're gonna learn that not only is the mame gecko the most... Because you're gonna learn that not only...
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too many to count. What the hell?
The most disrespectful addition to the food web. It is humanity's greatest predator.
Hey!
The most disrespectful addition.
Yeah. Nah, that's too many. That's too. Why do you need too many, bro? Why do you need that many Crocs, bro? You know why? Bro, what is this? A family cookout? This is like a damn Croc family reunion? What is this?
To the food web, it is humanity's greatest predator. And whatever Oppenheimer felt when Hiroshima got hit with a massacre mushroom isn't even 1% of the regret felt by whoever unleashed an armor-plated equalizer onto Earth. But real quick, I'm gonna be saying crocodiles for most of this video, but...
Whoa. There's crocodile, caiman, oh my god. Bro, bro, look at the alligator, bro. He actually looks menacing. This one just looks like... He just looks like a damn failure, and then the caiman actually looks pretty... like a thick boy.
But a lot of this applies to crocodilians as a concept.
Okay.
I cannot express how much every part of a crocodile's body is designed to author your obituary, and that includes its walnut-sized brain. Because crocodiles are intelligent on a level that should deeply disturb you. Both mugger crocodiles and American alligators will lure birds in by using sticks and twigs as bait to snatch their souls.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Without the implication. The implication is that Satan's snaggletooth stapler is able to take seasonality into account, since they're aware enough to pull this in the middle of nesting season. They're like Batman with prep time, except they've had 100 million years to put in the middle of nesting season. They're like Batman
with
prep time, except they...
Damn! Just swoop by and took that nigga.
Another revelation is that the dinosaur time left behind will hunt as a pack, with scientists watching a group of crocs swimming in a circle around a shoulder.
These are alligators, okay.
Making the circle tighter and tighter until the fish were forced into a bait ball, just for the chompy boys to take turns cutting across the center of the circle to get their share of fish.
Okay, they smart as hell.
Example where a massive saltwater crocodile scared a pig into running into a lagoon, where it was immediately jumped by 2 smaller crocs waiting.
Damn.
The implication there is somehow the giant salty knew exactly what direction to force the pig. Crocs have been doing this. It's just, as expert Vladimir Dene will tell you, it's incredibly difficult to study an animal that does its damage in the water. Because if you're in the water studying hunting crocodiles, chances are they're also studying you, and their thesis statement is your headstone engravement. Vlad has put in over 3,000 hours of watching crocs, and has witnessed things like a stronger, heavier croc driving fish to shore, with smaller, more agile teammates hawking cornered fish. Now you might ask, how do the crocs share their victims? And honestly, that might be more unsettling than how they murk them. Chris Campbell was a contractor. Their victims.
Bro,
honestly,
look at this.
More unsettling than how they...
Yeah, I'm not messing with that. I'm not messing with... Bro, the fact that these animals are on boots is crazy to me.
Chris Campbell was a contractor for the Okefenokee Wildlife Reserve. He
Uh-huh.
spent over a decade of watching what a neighbor gator's
What? Okay, there's one, two, three, four, five, two. Oh my God.
capable of. One day he showed up to work with 60 something gators posted up by the boat docks. What he
Damn.
described were two groups of gators, one in the semicircle formation driving fish to the shallows and using the
Mm-hmm.
boats to corner them, and the other group in the background resting, or more like waiting. Because whenever a
Mm.
gator from the hunting party caught a fish, he'd immediately retire to the waiting group, and one of the waiting crocs would sub in and take his place. This went on for hours
Okay.
until it got hot enough for them to clock out and go their ways. But when Campbell went back the next morning, like clockwork, the morning crush was still there. Same time, same place, same agenda. That's a level
Mm-hmm.
of teamwork and foresight most people aren't willing to accept from a prehistoric snap trap. But your
Bro,
injuries
his
and bliss
eyeballs out of
that
his
is what
socket.
sustains them. In
That's
many
pretty
spots
smart
in
though.
Africa and Australia, people are warned never to get water from the same place more than once, and definitely not past twice. It's because
Okay.
crocodiles will memorize patterns and clock your daily routine, and getting too predictable around a professional camper means the croc will take
I
over,
would have seen
just
that
to
as a rock, I
ambush
ain't
you
gonna
the
lie.
next chance they get. And they'll use very little
Oh, right
energy to
there.
do it. It's also why
Yeah, I
studying
saw
them will
that.
shoot
I'm not
the
gonna lie.
next
Look,
chance
look,
they
look.
get, and
Right
they'll
there.
use very little
Instantly
energy to
saw
do
that.
it.
I'm not
It's
gonna
also
lie.
why studying them is like edging death. Choose the same spots repeatedly, and at best, the croc notices and avoids you with no regard for your research. And at
Mm-hmm.
worst, Senor Snappy studies your habits enough to put a halo around your head. That's a real PhD, which makes the crocodile a gift-wrapped FU to any creature of habit, and why the most
He.
dangerous kind of croc is actually an investigator. But if you watch this video, you could be the smartest thing missing a spine. You'll still be a
Mm-hmm.
living doormat if you don't have the hardware to back it up. And no animal has more disrespectful hardware than a motion-activated bear trap.
All right, let's see what this one's about. Oh, the same video, but he.
The crocodile is the most physically unfair predator on Earth because virtually every body part has been expressly designed to flatline you. They have the
Mm-hmm.
strongest recorded bite force of any animal, at 3,700 pounds per square inch, making its jaw a steel trap capable of damage on par with victims of war. But for those not realizing, it's the teeth as much as the jaw. Sharks have serrated teeth to slice through prey. Crocs have death cones designed to keep prey in its custody, meaning if a leather log bites you, you have the lowest chance of escape, which gets worse when the croc proceeds to drown you, and with crocs being able to hold their breath for up to 2 hours, trust that you'll
Yeah,
pass
you're
tense
cooked.
long before he does. The only thing with those teeth is, they're great for grabbing, useless for chewing, so they'll slam prey into chunks and swallow them whole, which leads to the most broken
Yeah.
finishing move of any animal, the death roll. But crocs also
Oh,
have
I've
the
heard
most
about that.
acidic stomach of any animal and can dissolve bones, horns, and hooves. But they're also bloodbenders with a heart that controls exactly where the blood goes, and a feeding croc will direct blood to its stomach, so the carbon dioxide in it only makes the acid
A
more
croc was eating
potent.
another
And good
croc.
luck fighting back when nature made an evolutionary aggro weapon borderline bulletproof. Crocodiles are covered in osteoderms, and armor plating
Mm.
blocks the teeth of other animals from doing damage, which is why
Okay.
there's more than one case of a croc tanking a gunshot, but the nasty work is what you can't see. The scales are said to manipulate water in a way that means a 20-foot problem doesn't make ripples. The osteoderms
Huh.
create countercurrents that cancel out any disturbances made in the water, basically cloaking technology, but in a steroid reptile. The same osteoderms can store heat for when it gets too cold and then release it when it's too hot, so they also have a built-in thermostat. There's one more
Mm.
trick under its skin, and it's that when crocs spend all that time underwater, lactic acid starts to build up in them. But because osteoderms are made of mineralized bones, the minerals will slightly dissolve if the acid gets too high, releasing carbonate and bicarbonate ions that neutralize the acid and raise the pH. Crocs are nature's nepo babies. Evolution gave them every cheat possible. And with salties growing up to 20 feet long and pressing the scales at often over 2,000 pounds, it's not like they needed more handouts. Especially when you realize, except for a tail that stores
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, give the man his food. Look at that, bro. That is prime Shaq, bro. That is give him the damn meat. He earned it at that point, man. He earned it.
fat like a camel's hump, crocs are almost all muscle and look like a snake with legs with Kratos' knives for teeth. That
Yeah,
tail is a lot
hell
stronger
no.
than you think, and the same one that can briefly airlift a plus-size predator would absolutely shatter your leg with a direct hit. There might not be anything more unsettling than crocodiles having probably the most advanced eyes of any animal. Eyes nature put right at the top of their heads, so snappy lads can plot on your life while cosplaying as a log. Eyes that have a protective nictating membrane, so even attacking one of their few weaknesses still requires two-factor authentication, especially since they can retract their eyeballs. And like dolphins, crocs can rest half their brain at a time, meaning the pride of Steve Irwin can sleep with one eye open, and studies show they're more likely to do that when they're around humans. Also, they have night vision because of course they do. And that's not even the most broken part of their vision. The fovea is a small part of the retina, but it's where vision is the sharpest, and it's what you use when you focus on a specific word on a page, or play Where's Waldo. And when you move your eyes to look at something, got him, that's you putting the image.
Screw you. Screw you. The fact that he got me. He that has got me.
You putting
Screw
the
you,
image
bro.
on your fovea. The problem is, what is a tiny dot for us is the shape of a skid mark in a crocodile. Having a fat fovea means nature's favorite predator can scan an entire shoreline without moving its head. If you still don't follow, get a book and try to read the entire page without moving your eyes once, and then realize how much of a middle finger this creature's existence is.
So he can pay. So he can pay attention to an entire field just by staying. So you don't have to like move his eyes and then just look up, open his eyes, and boom, he has every. Damn.
Especially since the Titanic scale demon has cockroach levels of plot armor. Crocodiles can
Let's
take
see.
freezing cold, extreme heat, radiation, and can live in waters contaminated with heavy metals. And with a diet
Hell
carnivores, they're
nah.
resistant to nastiness like anthrax, cholera, and the most potent substance on Earth, botulism. They also have negligible senescence, meaning they don't really age the same way most animals do. It doesn't make them immortal, but it does mean that they never really stop growing and can easily pass 100. In fact, right now, there's a croc that's been alive since 1900.
God
Like a
damn.
year. Which means, other than a Greenland shark, I don't think there's another predator that can outlive a croc, and with them being nature's favorite, of course some sick muppet made them resistant to cancer. And many believe it's thanks to their gut, as the gut microbiome is said to be a huge part of your health, and a crocodile's gut community manages to UNO reverse cancer. An experiment found that their gut bacteria put the brakes on cancer and
Bro,
slowed the growth of
why they got so many
cancer-resistant cells.
buffs, bro?
Basically, it's
Debuff
a
them.
cancer to cancer. Now I understand why Buddy from Spider-Man crashed out. Especially since it turns out alligators and crocodiles can regenerate a lost tail. Crocodilian blood also throws hands with bad bacteria and can dead diseases like salmonella and staph infections. This thing's built like a Dark Souls boss, and the fact that they can survive such
Word.
of God yet get neutralized by a rubber band around the mouth proves nature has a sense of irony. But that's a lot better than getting folded by some of the diseases out there. And there's some stuff that Satan would second guess. Viewer discretion is advised, and this time, I'm so serious. I'm not being cute. If you're queasy and not built for body horror, go here before I ruin your whole day.
Nah. I'm good. I'm
Will be considered consent. I'm just saying. Last chance, you can still go back.
I'm good.
Alright, this is on you. 3, 2,
Bet.
happy Halloween. I didn't even curse.
Oh my god.
I did gag a little. This is a deer suffering from papilloma virus, and it's usually not harmful unless you value mental health. But it can also cause Lovecraftian rabbits, with those affected seeming to grow tentacles. And if you live in Colorado, you definitely.
It looks like something. It looks like something straight out of Little Nightmares, bro. What? Ew. Ugh.
You've seen these jackalopes popping up, and according
What
to
is
this
that,
article,
venom?
cutaneous quills are caused by the cottontail papilloma virus. This is the worst thing you can see while a mile high, because of the altitude. But you'll never see a croc with something like that. It just wasn't enough. Nature gave an overachieving iguana the most broken build on the planet. Their abilities would get them banned in any game. Like I said, a crocodile on a stakeout can hold its breath for hours, and alligators
Bro's practicing the death roll as an infant.
Low metabolism means they live on power save mode, and it's also why a crocodile can go up to 2 years without eating. God bless the bloke that breaks his fast. It means crocodiles can wait out the times that would surely wipe out anything else, and now you see how an aggressive snout managed to reject the same death that found the dinosaurs. Crocs have been around since Saturn was single and still waiting on a ring, and the fact that they can extend animation by putting their life on layaway just proves that they really are the
Oh my god,
pet
he
of the
picked up a
beach.
whole.
Also,
Oh my
crocodiles
god.
are more than capable of running fast enough to catch you off guard, or at least a Cuban croc will, and this is the one time I wish it
Oh,
was
they
a
could
guy.
run.
And whoever said you
Oh,
should run
okay.
away from one in a zigzag is guilty of attempted murder. That is a myth that only ups the chance that you trip and go out like a horror movie. You could climb a tree, except they can do that too, because honestly, why not? They do everything
I mean,
else.
those are
And not only
small
do they
trees,
climb
bro.
trees, according to scientists, they do it regularly, with them finding
Ooh,
grown adults 10 feet in the trees and juveniles as high as 30. School taught you to be
damn.
afraid of quicksand and giant Venus flytraps, yet somehow a
Yeah.
drop gator was an unmentioned possibility. They can also climb fences of every kind. And
Of
again, you
course they
already know
can.
where this was taken. This is flagrantly Floridian. I think now's a good time
Of
to
course
mention
it is.
crocodiles are more related to birds than to a turtle, snake, or a lizard, meaning we just barely missed out on this freak being able to fly. Flightlessness aside, another thing they can't do well is see underwater. Their aquavision is
Huh?
actually kinda mid. We're this far into this video and we finally found a weakness. But don't get too
Finally.
excited, because nature overcompensated with something
That looks like a whole dragon, bro. Golly.
outrageous. Those pits seasoning the crocodile are pressure sensors, and it's how the ultimate predator can clock the smallest vibrations in the water. It completely
Mm-hmm.
erases their lack of water vision. In fact, you could hog tie a croc blindfolded, throw it into a pool, and let a leaky faucet drip on a complete opposite side. The croc will still know exactly where the water's coming from, while you won't know where he is until you wake up at a Tupac concert. And when Murphy's
Mm.
brings the water's visibility to zero, they'll T-pose, spreading their legs and fingers to maximize an already broken ability. And speaking of fingers, their jaws are more sensitive than yours. A dinosaur beast breathing
Okay.
like a nosegay, but let the croc tell it. That's the only demon that's slaying. And I don't know if I said this already, but let's not just walk past the fact that they can regenerate their tails
I've
like a
seen that.
starfish's arm.
I've seen that. It death rolls. It takes the arm off of the other croc, which is.
But the
Oh.
thing is, bears are berserker builds on steroids, cats are
Mm-hmm.
four-legged fur ninjas, and
Seen
orcas are the
that.
most cerebral serial murkers on the planet. What is it about this semi-aquatic bioweapon that makes me confidently call them the scariest predator on Earth? Oh, simple. They're a predator's predator. Is there a single
Uh-huh.
predator that generates more anxiety in other predators? Even cheetahs aren't fast enough to cheat death in the hit range of Scariest, and the king of the jungle gives a severe
No,
vibe check
bro.
when they're out of their element. Not to mention, crocodiles will savage sharks to the point where many believe bull sharks actively avoid them. The crocodile
Yes.
is the worst kind of predator, one with zero prejudice, which makes them a massive threat to the most successful predator of all time.
I'm not gonna lie, that ad ruined everything. But like, if that was a regular human, and okay, so they would just go for it.
Here's the thing, when a lion, tiger, or bear becomes a man-eater, it usually
Hmm.
means something's wrong and they can't hunt their normal prey.
Uh
Polar
huh.
bears and Komodo dragons are famously less picky, but their home base is so
Yeah.
remote that most people will never have to worry about them. Not only do
Hmm.
crocodiles
But like
practice the worst kind of equality, they're basically everywhere. It's
everywhere.
not that they actively go after humans, just that they genuinely don't care. Which is why it's the crocodile that turns more humans into hashtags than any other large predator by a lot. Considering
Oh my.
crocodile that turns
Okay. Good thing it was a
more
gator.
humans into
Okay,
hashtags
look,
than
there's a fish right there.
any other large predator.
Passes the fish. Oh my god, you're cooked, bro. Not even this can save you, bro. Not even, bro. You can't even count on bullets.
By a lot, and considering how and where they do it, that number could easily
Yeah,
be
I'll
higher.
leave that ball
Even if
right
you don't
there.
get killed by a
Sorry,
crocodile, there's
sorry to.
plenty of psychological damage that comes from being higher. Even if you don't get killed by a crocodile,
Wait, look.
where they do it, that number could easily be higher. Even if you don't get killed by a
Just was
crocodile,
like, got your
there's
ass.
plenty of psychological damage that comes from being attacked by
Damn.
one. In 2003, two Australian teenagers spent 22 hours trapped in a tree while being stalked by a 13-foot crocodile below, and the entire
Yeah.
time was the two keeping each other awake so they wouldn't fall in. To make it even worse, thanks to a flood, the waters kept rising, and the croc
Oh
seemed to taunt the two
no.
by showing off the body of the third friend it had already caught. The two would be saved.
So there was three of them, and the croc just caught a body. It was like, hey man, look at your friend right here. Don't you better not fall asleep. Yeah, nah. Heck. Oh my, not even bullets can save you,
But
but
on
like
that
still, I have to
because
get
really,
back.
what else can you do in that situation?
Nothing.
Well, they didn't get it as bad as Ryan. The The New Zealander also got stalked by a croc almost as big as the 20-foot kayak he was traveling in and held captive on Governor Island, where the predator repeatedly made his presence known. 2 weeks with limited food and water, and a 20-foot undertaker that would chase him every time he tried to leave, and Ryan was hanging on by only a thread by the time he was rescued. That's the horror of being hunted by the greatest sit-and-wait predator of all time. Because time is their greatest resource. You'll never have more of it than they do.
I wouldn't even see that. Look at the eye, bro. Look at the eye. Look at the eye. It's right there. I don't know if I can see my cursor, but it's right there. I wouldn't see that.
The big ones can go a year or more between meals and do their dirty work in murky water makes a man-eating crocodile the most difficult kind to deal with.
Endanger them, please. They need to be endangered.
Believed to be 20 feet long and well over 2,000 pounds. Believed because despite allegedly putting 300 people in past tense and being repeatedly shot, the serial killer croc was never officially caught. And despite reports of his death, because he was believed to have hatched in the 50s, there's a small but legitimate chance he's still out there, biding his time, just waiting for someone to wander close enough to become 50 Shades of Prey. You never see them until it's too late, and once you do, you might not see them for another year. It's a self-cloaking carnivorous convict that the land before time left behind. This is the scariest predator on Earth. But of course, it's just an animal doing what comes naturally. They're not evil, just forged by millions of years of character development and mass extinctions. It's not hard to see why Steve Irwin wrote so hard for them, and I wouldn't be doing Khaki Jesus justice if I convinced you to hate them. Now, with them it's respect, and a very healthy helping of fear, because moral of the story, always
that's just 3 in 1.
Man in a game where men die young. And you always beware the landlord of Croc Country, because you'll never know when rent's due.
Okay. Well, that's the end of that video. I may or may not go to Florida again. I don't know. If I ever feel like going to Florida, gators will definitely be like the first thing on my mind. Like, I don't want to get caught by no gator. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you guys found that entertaining. Hopefully you learned a lot too, because I definitely learned a lot. Alright, so now y'all can hear me better. Before I go, please like and subscribe to the YouTube algorithm. I posted shorts, and then those did very well, and so I might be considering just posting shorts at first and then uploading the actual video. But hey, for right now, oh my god, I was actually like very nervous this entire video. So yeah, that's basically it. Hold on, right here. So yeah, that's basically it for today's video. I don't know if I can like see my eyes because I'm wearing glasses right now. But so yeah, before I leave, please like and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. If we reach 250 subscribers, I'll stream on Twitch weekly. So like every Saturday, Sunday, or every Saturday, Sunday that I can, I'll stream on Twitch playing different horror games. That'll be my promise to you guys. Oh my god, can y'all like see me? I'm gonna just look like this. Alright, so yeah, without further ado, that'll be it for today's video. Deuces. Oh goodness.